Hey guys, welcome back to Jordan Samuel Skin Talks. How you doing? I'm not using a light today. I don't know actually why I'm not using the light. Anyway. But I look the same, right? I feel like I spent all this money and I look exactly the same. Which is how it should be. Anyway, how you doing? It's the end of July. I wanted to do these last two videos as more, well, one's gonna actually be sort of talking about skin. One, on the other hand, is gonna be talking more about formulation. I just announced a few days ago that I am retiring Etoile Original, which, first to clarify, means Etoile Retinol is staying exactly the same. It's one of our best sellers. You guys love it, I love it, it's staying. But sometimes, like, of course, there's always going to be a top-selling product and a bottom-selling product, and that doesn't really mean anything. It's just a need and a market and who it's going for. However, there are two different routes that I wanted to go with sort of the space that the Etoile Original was filling. One was something that I won't really talk about, and one was a reformulation, but an aggressive reformulation where I did feel the need to call it sort of that we were retiring it or discontinuing it. I don't think it'll have the same name. It'll be the same thing. It'll be a beautiful antioxidant-rich oil if we go that route. I'm keeping you on your toes. Both things are in the same wheelhouse, and that's another important thing to mention. I'm trying to think of things off the top of my head that people have mentioned, but you know, Etoile Original was not for an oily or acne-prone skin. Some of you did have that type of skin and used it and enjoyed it and it worked for you, and that's great. That's not personally what I would recommend it for. So when people have asked if the new product's going to be for oily, acne-prone skin, it will not, because it's going to stay in the same genre. It's just getting filled by something different. We're not removing that product and replacing it with something like a spot treatment for, or an exfoliant. It's going to be in the same genre of. To add to that too, people have asked, like, oh, I hope it doesn't have less quality ingredients. Then you don't know the brand, because that's not our philosophy. That's not something we would do. We actually are always working to reformulate to improve products, not to cheapen them. And two, and then another thing was, I hope the price doesn't skyrocket. Price, again, if you're familiar with the brand and the direct-to-consumer model, it will not. We are all about affordable luxury. We know we are not drugstore prices, but we know we have, 20 times the quality of the ingredients from drugstore brands. But while being competitive with everybody else that's in retailers, because we are direct-to-consumer, there is no retailer, there are no distributors, there's no middleman. You get it directly from us. Which sometimes isn't the most convenient, but with that you're paying at least 50% less than you would in a retailer, at least, if not more, and most of the time more. So all those things are staying the same. With pricing, could it be $2 more? Yeah. Could it be $2 less? Yes. But as you know, I used to have retail pricing when I started out and was doing retailers, and when I went direct to consumer, I dropped all my prices. So we keep things honest around here. So I wanted to get those. Those were a lot of questions that I was getting. I wanted to clarify all of that. But the bigger thing here too is with that and with formulation is I am always looking at, even with our best-selling products, I'm always looking at, like, oh, is there a new form of hyaluronic acid? Is there a new supplier of hyaluronic acid? Is there a new, you probably know what product I'm talking about when I'm saying this. But all of those things, it's interesting and it's constant, and it's constantly changing in different molecular weights and different suppliers and different types, and I'm sent those things all the time sometimes from the labs I work with, or if I see something online I purchase myself to try out, like a raw ingredient, not a finished product. But I want to stay up and making sure the product is the absolute best. I think certain things don't need to be changed, but sometimes it's like, I'm testing this, can we up the preservative system? Is there a new latest and greatest and better preservative system that people are less reactive to and is maybe more affordable and can help us, drop the price? Or you get the picture. So a lot goes into it other than just meets the eye and the sale of something and the product and the ingredients of something. So we're constantly looking for new things. And with Etoile, I actually had a chance to try out some new oils. Now listen, when I say new oils, it's not like they just invented a new plant and then, but a new word to the skincare market, oil, or a less known oil, I guess I should say is better, a new oil. It's called olive oil. Don't worry, it's not olive oil. I love olive oil though, but I'm not talking about that. But a few new oils, a few new different types of ingredients, again in the same wheelhouse of étoile, but different types that are better. We can play with different percentages. So we're just trying things out, and that is also the blessing of being direct to consumer. We don't have bottles all around the world in retailers that we would have to like sort of get rid of or sell through. We can adjust to the client's needs. We listen to feedback and comments and concerns, and again, something to note with this oil and all of our products specifically, it will not have essential oils, and if it does, it will be essential oils that are proven to be super beneficial for the skin, things like blue chamomile. It won't, but I'm just saying that we're never really going to use essential oils. We're never going to use fragrance. We in the Plie cleanser use aromatic extracts. We use hibiscus hydrosol in the mist, and then we have the cucumber aromatic extract in the balm, which I don't even really consider because it's so light and so faint. But those are the only, everything else is completely unscented. Everything else for the most part will remain completely unscented. I don't see us going even with aromatic extracts and other products unless it's an actual fragrance, perfume, or maybe like a body product. So those are things you don't have to worry about. And I know it's hard to just put a snippet up on Instagram and expect everybody to understand where you're coming from. But yes, étoile, we're essentially reformulating, and it might be an aggressive reformulation, or it might be something a little bit more in the genre of what we were doing. But you're gonna love it. It's gonna be unscented, it's gonna be nourishing, it's gonna be moisturizing, it's going to protect the skin, it's gonna be a great sealant, it's gonna be great for day and night. So no need to get scared on that front. But I also just wanted to give a little behind the scenes with formulas and reformulating. There's many brands that reformulate, some just don't tell you. I of course do. I wear my heart on my sleeve. But I think reformulation is actually very important. I don't want to overdo it, but I think if something's better, why not update it? And I think too that chemistry is constantly changing. We're learning more, I'm learning more, the chemists are learning more, the labs are learning more, suppliers are learning more, consumers and customers are learning more, and sort of putting that all together to create a product that is bigger and better than the last. And for me, I would prefer to reformulate than to have 4 different versions of hydrate. And it's like, well, this one has this type of hyaluronic, and this one is this type of hyaluronic, and this one is this type of hyaluronic. Or 4 different types of facial oils, which this one has this, and this one has this, and this one has this. Like for me, 2 was like maxed out. 1 has the retinol, 1 doesn't. And yes, you can get into a whole different types of, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You could have a full line of many different oils that do different things, that have different weights, that have different fatty acid content, etc. But to me, that's not the point of the line for me and my philosophy. So we won't be doing that. Instead, we will be just always making things better and more beneficial for the customer. But I just wanted to get that little tidbit out. I know I was a little all over the place because I wanted to make sure I remembered the questions and covered people's questions. And if you have any questions, you can leave them down below. And otherwise, have a great day. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Hi, everyone. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking the black JS circle down below so we can stay in contact and keep talking. To watch more videos, you can click on the link here, or possibly here. Thanks for watching. Bye.